Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to discuss different methods of string class like length, trim, equals, equals ignore case and caret method. So let's begin. So what I have done over here, I have created object of for accepting input from user, and then what I'm doing, I'm prompting user to enter any string, and then I'm reading that string by using next method. So if you are using next method, you can read only one word. If you provide spaces, then it is not going to read. I will take another variable and read the word with a spaces. Okay, and that I am storing in a variable s1. So actually here what we are doing, we are creating string literal. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to demonstrate length method. Length method does what? It calculates number of character in a given string. So what I'm doing, I'm just writing s out, and in that I'm writing s1 dot length. So what it is going to do, it is going to give me length of the entered character. Okay, now suppose I'm creating one more string s2, and in that I'm storing what? Null value, and I'm trying to calculate length of this s2. Then let's see what output we'll get over here. So here what I'm doing, I'm entering string as CS corner. So you can see I'm getting first output as 8 because length of CS corner is what? 8. Over here we have total 8 characters, so therefore I'm getting 8 as output. And then in S2 I have stored value null. So here you can see I'm getting what? Exception. Why? Because I'm trying to calculate length of null value. So it is not possible to calculate length of null value. Therefore, I'm getting exception over here. If I remove null and if I write double quotes, and then let's see what output we'll get. So again, I'm entering string. So here I have not entered any string. Therefore, what I'm getting output as 0. So let me change with spaces. So I have entered 2 space. So space is also counted as character. So now I should get output as 8 and 2. So I'm getting output as 8 and 2 because 8 is length of CS corner and 2 is length of this two blank spaces. Okay, if I enter any other string, then also I'm going to get what? Length of that enter string. So again I'm entering same value, and here I'm getting 8 and 6 because 6 is the length of Sunita string. Okay, so this is the length method which gives you what? Length of the entered character. One more thing I would like to show over here, you can pass space in name also. So here suppose I'm writing name as Sunita Rai, and in between I'm giving spaces. So in string you can pass spaces also. So now I'm entering CS and giving space as corner, and then see here I have written CS space corner. So what I'm getting length as 2, and below I'm getting length as 10 because the space of Sunita is 6 and the space of Rai is 3. In between I have one blank space. So total length is going to be 10, and here I'm getting only 2 because I have used next method. Let me change it from next to next line. So now I'm entering CS corner with space. So you can see what output I'm getting. I'm getting 9 because the length of CS corner is 8 and in between there is one space. Therefore, I'm getting length as 9. Where to use this length method? So for example, I'm creating some program in that I want to check password length, and I want to allow maximum password length to be 12 and minimum password length to be 8. Then so I can use this length method to check maximum and minimum length of the entered character. Okay, so again a useful method. Now we'll be moving to the next method. So trim method does what? It removes any leading or trailing space. What does leading means? A space before a string, and trailing is what? Space after a string. That is what trim method. So now again I'm going to do what? I'm going to create one string s3 is equal to, and then in this string what I'm doing, I'm giving few space and then I'm writing CS corner. Okay, and now let me print this string. Okay, so I'm entering hello, and you can see now here I'm getting spaces, but I don't want these spaces. For example, if you have taken a field for accepting username, sometime by mistake user has entered space before or after username and you want to remove that spaces. So for that you can use trim method. So now here I'm going to do what? I'm going to use trim method. So s3 dot trim. So what I'm doing, I'm showing you both the string. One is what? Without trimming, another is with trimming. So here you can see I have string with space, and here the space has been removed. So generally this trim method you can use whenever you are accepting input from user. So what you can do, you can remove the spaces by using this trim method, and then you can use that string. Okay, so let me add few spaces after CS corner, and then what I can do, I can print length of this CS corner with space. So I should get length with the spaces. So you can see here I have done trimming, and after that I'm printing length. So I'm not going to get 8 as length, I'm going to get 21 as my length. So you can see I'm getting 21 as length. This, why this is happening? Because string is immutable. Whatever operation you perform, that is not going to change your original string. Since I want to calculate length of my trimmed string, so what I'm doing, so first what I'm doing trimming of what? My string. So this is going to return you what? Trimmed string. And then what you are doing, you are applying length method on that. So here what I'm doing, actually I'm trimming my string and then I'm trying to calculate my length. This line you can write in this way. So what you can do, you can create one more string variable. So string s4 is equal to s3 dot trim, and then what you can do, you can write s4 over here instead of s3. Okay, so now you can see I'm getting 8 as my output. So you can write in shortcut way also s3 dot trim. So do the trimming and then calculate length of my string. Okay, so I hope you have understood length and trim method. Okay, so now let's move to the next method, that is equals method. So for this what I'll do, I'll create a new program because already we have written so many lines. So let me create a new program. And then let me add public static void main method. And I have created string variable. What I'm going to do in this, I'm going to assign a value in string literal. So now my two strings are ready, str1 and str2. In that I have stored same value. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to write if condition, and in that I'm writing str1 equal to str2. So double equal to operator does what? It compares references of the string, not the value of the string. So if the references are equal, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to print a message, we are equal, else we are not equal. So here what is happening, str1 is storing string literal mark string and str2 is storing string literal mark string. So as we have already seen in my previous video that if the two strings are having the same value, they are going to point to the same reference in string pool. So these two strings are going to equal. So str1 is equal to str2. Yes, they are equal. Why they are equal? Because they are pointing to the same reference. So I'm going to get output as we are equal. So you can see here I'm getting output as we are equal because the both string are pointing to same reference. I'm going to create one more string str3, and instead of using what string literal, I'm going to use class constructor. I'm storing same value in str3 also. And now let me compare str1 with str3. So what I'm getting we are not equal. So the reference of str3 is different as compared to str1 because it has been stored in string pool and this has been stored in heap memory. So therefore I'm getting this as we are not equal. Now I'm going to use same method and I'm going to store same value in that, and let's see what we are going to get over here. So str4 equal to str3. So let's see whether we get equal or not equal. So you can see we are getting not equal because we know whenever we are using constructor for creating string, they are stored in a different memory location. So references are different. Therefore, we are getting we are not equal. Now, what I'm going to do, instead of using double equal to, I'm going to use what? Equals method. So what I want to do, I want to compare str4 with str3 or vice versa, str3 with str4. So what I can do, I can write equals str3. So here what you have to pass, you have to pass object of a string. So str3 is nothing but object of my string. So I am passing str3 here. Now I'll run. I should get what? We are equal. You can see I'm getting output as we are equal because equals method does not compare reference. What it compares actual value. So if I change this value, instead of my string, if I put only string, then I should get output as we are not equal. So I'm getting we are not equal. Now more method I'm having, that is equals ignore case. So now suppose here what I'm doing, I'm writing my string in capital. So now I'm trying to compare this two strings. So what I'm going to get, I'm going to get we are not equal. So you can see we have got the output we are not equal. If I use method equals ignore case, then what will happen? It will ignore the cases, that is uppercase and lowercase will be ignored. Only the value will be compared. So M is here, M is here, Y is here, Y is here, S, S. So we are going to get what? They are equal. So if you want to ignore the cases, you can go for this method. You can see I'm getting we are equal. So suppose you are accepting email ID of a user. So email ID is not case sensitive. So whether user is entering in capital or small, what you can do, you can use equals ignore case for doing comparison. Okay. So this was nothing but equals ignore case and double equal to sign for comparison of a string. Now I will be jumping to the last method, that is caret. So what is this caret? It returns character at a given position. So if you want to get character at a particular position, what you can do, you can use this method. So for example, from str4, I want to get character at position 3. So how I'm going to write that? Sout str4 dot caret. You can see the syntax, it is what asking me index. So I can pass index. In string, index starts with 0. So for example, I want third character to be printed. So I'm going to pass what? 2 over here. So what I should get? I should get S in this string. You can see what I'm getting. I'm getting S as my character. So if I pass some other position, for example, I'm passing 5. So at fifth position, what I'm having? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm having I. So I should get what? I as my output. So you can see I'm getting I as my output. If you want to extract single character from string, you can use this method, that is caret. Pass the index, whatever character you want to retrieve. So this completes today's video. So I hope you have understood the method, and I hope you have understood at what situation you can use this method. You can use all this method while accepting input from user in case of GUI or some other places. I hope you have liked this video and the methods which I have shown over here. I hope this is going to definitely benefit you. So friends, if you like the knowledge which I'm sharing with you, and if you like my coding style, so quickly do subscribe to my channel and hit the like button and share my video as much as possible. And if you have any kind of doubt, query, or you want any kind of program for me, just comment in the comment box. I'm going to surely help you out. So thank you for watching my video till end. See you in next video with a new topic. Till that, bye bye and take care.